particle accelerator was online. Maria's quantum phase generator was finally ready.
Wait a minute. I think I know that voice.
Let's do this!
I hope you're here to reassign me. I'm anxious to work. It might, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I owe it to my colleagues and to myself. Only on my worst days, dropping some things off. Our ship could use a few more things like this. Would you look at that? This area supports alien life. What? Later, then. What's going on here?
We were hoping you could tell us. I jumped left, inside. The door sealed. I was safe. From the gas, the fire, everything.
Bye.
Hydrogen fire. There was an explosion on the research level. Gas leaked into the ventilation system. One spark was all it took.
I disagree.
The ship's weapons have been repaired.
The viewport still makes their drinks just the way I remember. I'm glad you're here. New Atlantis hasn't been quite the same without you. It might have been the best decision in the long run, but it hasn't made me feel any better. I'm still sleeping poorly, and I can't stop jumping at shadows.
Time to go!
This certainly beats the climate at Nishina. You have my word that you won't regret this. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations, Captain. Really, I'm glad to see you're well. How can I help? To tell you the truth, I think our experiments irritated her.
What's going on? How do you get in there? 3 months ago. I've been trying to hold out since then.
Need something from my pack? The ship's still intact. That's a victory in my book.
So they all made it.
Oh, it's you.
That night, I was in the lab on the research level. When the explosion happened, I was standing in the doorway of the control room.
I do. Because I did make the other decision in the other timeline. And you know how that turned out.
I'm ready to head out when you are. Rafael Aguerro, chief engineer here. Well, I was.
Working on those weapons!
I wouldn't take that damn job at Nishina to begin with. We shouldn't have been messing with that anomaly or artifact or whatever it is in the first place.
And you're back. Okay, I think this is it. One slightly charred quantum calibrator.
It felt good to get that off my chest.
So, you know how this works?
I'd rather be back at Nishina than working the Martian mines. So long for now. Let's get to your ship.
I see you got out of that office. Welcome back. What's going on?
I don't think you should leave that behind. She was never happy working at Nishina. Her talent as a doctor was wasted on a facility that didn't need her. That dissatisfaction made her a bit cold.
I hit something!
She and my dad used to joke that it was his job to put soldiers in the line of fire and her job to fix them up afterwards. Careful. Those things could be anywhere. They funded the Nishina project, so I think they deserve to know what happened. And maybe putting it in writing will give me some real closure. Hi.
I don't know. If you can talk with the director, ask her. Quantum theory was always her field.
I am. Born and raised in the heart of New Atlantis. I grew up just a stone's throw from Mast. There's no finer place in the settled systems, if you ask me.
I got one!
It's still running.
You know, I've been thinking about writing a final report for the Hadron Consortium. About the experiment. And how things ended. I think we found ourselves a nice place for a rest.
A few minutes ago, we were talking in the storage room. Then you just weren't there anymore. Now you're inside a sealed room.
You never fail to surprise.
The wrong one.
This isn't good!
That's fine. I'd rather not talk any more about Nishina. We should check the wreckage for anything useful. Good. This will make the ship a lot safer.
That's the end of them!
There might still be one in the fabrication lab. Why
They're not moving!
go right, run for the ventilation controls? Maybe I could have made it. Killed the system before it killed me.
What do you need me to take?
We're done for without our shields!
My parents both studied there years ago, before the colony war. I grew up dreaming of following in their footsteps. I appreciate your advice, Captain. It was a difficult report to write, but in the end, I'm glad I did.
I guess I'm glad to know they're all still alive, somehow.
Maybe we should, check the bodies. You're here, but you didn't open any of the doors. So either I'm hallucinating, or I saw their bodies, or what was left of them in my universe. To see them all alive here now, it's hard. Really hard. You have to wonder what would have happened if Solomon Co. reached Jemison before Aquila. I have to admit, I'm beginning to regret taking the position at Nishina in the first place. What happened on Huygens changed me forever.
Oh, the shifting. I see what she's getting at. Let me see if I can find it.
Don't worry. I'll have your back in the engineering bay. We should stay on our guard. Mercs sometimes camp out in places like this. I never would have passed without her. What do you mean?
I need some help over here.
I maintained a lot of the facilities at Nishina on my own, since I was the most experienced engineer there.
Power surges have stopped. Research levels powered down. I mean, the place is still a total loss, but at least it's not actively falling apart or exploding.
The enemy's weapon looks ready to fire.
Who's there?
I really don't think we should be here.
Yeah!
How are you?
But most of the research levels collapsed. There's no way you're getting through.
I appreciate you taking the time to talk. I agree, it is. Harder than I'd like to admit. Keep away from the walls. They don't look that secure in some places. An artifact? You mean the metallic object?
Repairs complete.
I can carry a couple things if you have too much on your hands.
Ah, they found us.
No, I don't. I know we don't see eye to eye on that, but I'm afraid you won't change my mind. I'd rather not discuss it any further.
Something's here.
I don't like the look of this area. Keep it together. Keep it together.
So either I'm crazy, or we're both completely sober right now.
There's a good chance we'll encounter life forms in this area. At least we both made it out of there okay.
What is it?
Good. We needed one of these. I don't like all this violence. Fair enough. But still, I appreciate it. I wasn't sure if you were alive or if you were going to come back for me. That's good. So,
In the other timeline. Oh god. But I was trapped. There was nothing I could do to stop it.
we should stick to picking up the essentials from now on. What? What are you talking about? Lead the way. I'm right behind you. Thank you. If you hadn't been here, I'm glad you're back. I was starting to get worried. Thanks. I appreciate it. We should ask ourselves what we're hoping to gain from this. It might not be worth the risk. Neon Security should be ashamed of themselves. This city's a cesspool of crime. I have my things ready to go. It's good to see you again. I was wondering if you were going to stop by. Thanks again for getting me back to New Atlantis. I can do that. It's not much, but I scrounged up a few things you might still be able to use. This place is too quiet. It makes my skin crawl. I haven't spent time in Sidonia in decades. Seems like it's hardly changed. When the time comes, I'd love to retire on Jemison.
Barely. We'd been doing small-scale tests at the edge of the field for months. We were just about to start on our core research protocol.
It was nice talking to you. That warning means time to turn around. I'd really like to get out of here now. How can I help? The accident. Maybe this is a side effect of the accident. I barely recognize myself either after a shower and a haircut. But the change has made me feel more like the man I was last time I was in New Atlantis. Need an extra set of hands?
They're down a weapon.
You're back.
The enemy repaired their weapon.
Well, I can't say I'll miss them. I was in the lab, working on the frequency calibration for the probe. I was walking out of the control room when it happened. Hazard warning! We have to get out of here. What's that smell?
Bastards destroyed one of our weapons. I'll make you regret this.
I have plenty. My engineering course has covered starship systems. You might find a use for me at one of your outposts, too. I wonder if an Ashta's ever made it through the walls. How did you pull that off? I jumped back into the control room. The doors sealed. I was safe. From the gas, the fire, everything. Sola? Is that you? It's Rafael Aguerro. It seems like this area supports life.
I was getting the quantum phase generator ready for its first test.
What happened? You disappeared, and the ceiling caved in, and... I thought I'd finally lost it. Lots of crime around here. We should stick together. You're too kind, Captain. It's been some time since I shared the company of a talented engineer like you. I'm happy to be part of the team.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me?
I think I'm getting used to this. I did. And it turns out I was right. It did help me. I've been sleeping better lately. And spending less time jumping in shadows when I'm alone. I'm sure it'll ease my parents' minds to know I'm traveling with a captain who has combat experience. God knows I'm not exactly a fighter. The existence of parallel universes has been one of the biggest unanswered questions in quantum mechanical studies for centuries. That was too close for comfort. The fire took out the generators, damaged the foundation. They just keep coming. We can relax. I think we're alone. You're not about to disappear on me, are you? Neon makes me nervous. I feel like everyone here is watching me. I'll always regret what happened here. But I have to move forward. Thank you for giving me that chance.
Here they are.
It's good to see you too, Sola. It's been too long.
Weapons repaired.
That means a lot to me.
Beginning weapon repairs.
I think spending time around all these people has been good for me. I'm glad to be putting that fight behind us. Must be hearing things. I heard the tanks rupture. The alarm sound. I only had a second to react. They're really gone this time.
I went down to the lab around midnight. I wanted to run a final systems check, but I owe you. If you ever need an engineer, just say the word.
My goal was to make power more accessible to the people living in the well. That's a project I'd love to return to someday. This will greatly increase the efficiency of our ship. Right. We were studying a gravitational distortion. Interesting might be a stretch, but this should be useful. I worked as a civil engineer at New Atlantis for over a decade. I loved my job. If I hadn't been offered the position at Nishina, I'm sure I'd still be doing it.
Jump right, and maybe I could have made it to the ventilation controls. Killed the system, even if it killed me.
And now, I know I could have saved them. All of them. I just didn't.
You don't want to mess with me.
I haven't walked Mast's halls in years, but I still know them like the back of my hand.
A few minutes ago, we were talking in the storage room. Then you weren't there anymore. Now you're inside a sealed room.
That atmosphere looks ugly. We shouldn't walk around without our suits. Captain, I found something for you. We need to stick together. This is the most dangerous city in the settled systems. I don't want to cause them any anguish. I have to hand it to you. That was some fine construction.
Let's finish this.
Let's catch up later. All right. I could use a change of scenery. Well, maybe you'd feel differently if you'd spent a few months being hounded by hostile creatures because of it. Sure. I'll make myself useful. Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I'm still having some trouble sorting out which of my thoughts are rational ones. They never stood a chance. I'll start assessing the ship for potential damage. Yes, I do. Please take good care of it. How did you do that?
Over here!
I've got the damaged weapon back online. I'll start work on that damaged weapon.
Watch out, Captain! Okay, I'm ready. I hope I'm not stepping on any toes. After what happened to me at Nishina, I always have survival in mind. Leaving supplies behind seems like a mistake.
Something went wrong. There was a huge power surge. It overloaded the failsafes, blew out the lab's control system. That was the initial explosion.
Where do you need me, Captain?
What else? What else?
We should get this installed right away.
That's right. I was the chief engineer here.
It's like waking up from a dream, but I don't know what's real and what's the dream.
Don't worry. I can fix this.
I appreciate it. That's fine.
In some quantum sense? Maybe. But the you here chose to stay with me, and I appreciate it.
Just, please, don't forget about me. I can't hold out much longer.
Are you sure about that?
I just powered up that damaged weapon.
I don't think so.
We've lost a weapon.
Let's talk when you have a moment. I have something for you. Engine's a little hot, but the ship looks good otherwise. What? This place is falling apart. Yes, she was. She came all the way to New Atlantis just to recruit me.
Break time's over. The weapon's back online.
Instead, I lived, and they died. Because of me.
I hate fighting in space.
What do you even say to something like that?
There were only a handful of us working at Nishina. Since the staff was so small, we all knew each other well. You must be tired after your trip. Do you need anything? Well, I guess not every city can be New Atlantis. It wasn't a hard sell. I've admired her work on theoretical high-energy physics for most of my career. I was honored when she made the offer.
And as for me, I owe you. You ever need an engineer? I'm all yours.
I still can't believe it's over.
What do you even say to something like that?
Bye for now. I'm following your lead.
Our weapon's working, good as new.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot to take in.
That seems doable. I don't want to think about what would happen to us if we kept going without our suits. Hopefully we won't see any more trouble for a while now. I wish I could have done better for them. If the other me could do it, why couldn't I? I know it's illogical, but I can't shake that feeling. The next time you're in New Atlantis, look me up at the viewport. If you ever need an engineer or just want to talk, I'll be there. Is that real? Leave it to me.
I'm throwing a grenade!
Thank you for being honest. I'm still having trouble sorting out which of my thoughts are rational ones. I'll think about it more before I write anything. Something you need my help with? I just want to put this all behind me. We shouldn't go in there unarmed. There might be hostiles. It's like I've woken up from a nightmare. But all this still feels like the dream to me. Definitely. I know this will be useful.
That's right. It got into the ventilation system. One spark was all it took.
But I was trapped. There was nothing I could do to stop it. My father was. He worked in MAST's Defense Research Department designing starships for the UC military. He left MAST to teach engineering a few years ago. Dr. Barakova was always a bit icy, but none of us took it personally. That's just the type of woman she was. They're the research institute that funded the Nishina project. They were financially responsible for all the experiments we performed on the artifact. And my engineering skills are no worse for wear. Have you given any more thought to taking me on as an engineer for your crew?
They're on to us!
We're alone out here. I can feel it. This might be it for me. The night sky on Mars is absolutely breathtaking. I wouldn't leave that behind if I were you. Scanner isn't showing any life at all.
That's a kill!
What do you have there? What? How? Look, if you think things are bad up here, the research level is even worse. I barely made it out, and that was months ago.
Let's make this quick!
I'll take any assignment. I just want to help out.
They've just completed weapon repairs. Their weapon's going to need repairs.
I swear there's something moving nearby.
We can take you!
I was also part of an initiative to make power more accessible to people in the well. We were in the midst of redesigning New Atlantis' hydroelectric system when I left for Nishina. I was also part of an initiative to make power more accessible to people in the well. We were in the midst of redesigning New Atlantis' hydroelectric system when I left for Nishina.
Can't say I'd like either option, really.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Whatever they're about to throw at us, I've seen worse.
Yes, I'd be happy to. You saved their lives. It's only fair you get to know them better. Now, let's get off this damn rock.
Some vivid dreams, maybe?
Back off! I'm warning you!
Wait. I hear something. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Let's make this fast. Being stuck in this suit is so claustrophobic. How are you today?
Grenade out!
I'm still not sure I'm cut out for combat. I'm just happy to be useful. We made it. Thank God.
You hit one of their weapons!
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have made it much longer. Okay, come back soon. Yeah, I think this will do nicely. I'd be happy to help you carry some things.
But you're my only chance of getting out of here alive. I have to hope it'll work.
I think we're in the clear. I think this is yours. Hello again, Captain. Do you need anything from me? I don't believe this. We won't find any organic resources here. What can we do for you? Safe travels. It's good to see you again, Captain. I'm glad you're well. Sure, I can take that.
So,
Please stay safe. I don't know what the crew would do without you.
In the other timeline... Oh, God.
I thought I could put in a few years at Nishina and use the experience to work my way into a better position with the UC. My intention was always to return to New Atlantis. Not planning any universe swapping, are you? Been a long time since I went out for a proper EVA walk.
You're no match for us!
Get you at a bad time. You're here, so you were meeting with the director?
Need help? I have more room in my pack.
If I'd gone right, run for the ventilation controls, maybe I could have made it. Killed the system, even if it killed me. I'm out of food, almost out of water, and those things. Well, you've seen them. They're everywhere.
If I had gone the other way, maybe I could have made it to the ventilation controls. Killed the system. Even if it killed me. It was nice to catch up. Let's talk again soon. I still have friends in New Atlantis. I'll stay with them until I'm back on my feet. After that, I'm not sure. What is it? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Can I help you carry some things? Just don't give me anything too dangerous. I think my only choice is to start over somewhere new, with a captain like yourself for company.
Incoming!
I thought the worst thing that could happen is that I'd die here, alone, on this godforsaken planet.
They're all dead. If this is what you need, I'm happy to do it.
Oh, and I found some schematics for the lab. If you're trying to shut down the generator, these might come in handy.
You're leaving me here alone? I'm glad to be making myself useful. Sure, I can take some things.
Hey, look out!
What in the world is going on here?
Be careful, and come back for me, okay?
Shields just went down.
What does this even mean? We were doctoral students together in New Atlantis. Solo took pity on me and agreed to be my lab partner during my required geology classes. I'd never, especially not survival supplies. That's a low blow.
The distress signal. You picked up the distress signal, right?
Keep an eye out for Ashta. At least you can see them coming. Unlike a taxi. It'd be a good idea to leave some things behind. Not certain this is a good idea. I think that should be okay.
Beginning shield repairs.
We really shouldn't be here. That's probably a good idea. I could use a rest.
Back? You mean to the other timeline?
Weapon system's been damaged.
Look, please. I'm begging you. You're my only chance of making it off this planet alive. Please, don't leave me here. They were two sides of the same coin. Director Patel was never fazed by anything, but Maria was always testing theories and asking questions. It's not safe to talk here. I mean, not that I'm not grateful, but why? Why not stay in that other universe?
He's down!
I don't think we should leave that behind. Are we waiting for something? This will add a lot of value to our ship. The shields are down! Feels good to fight an enemy I can defend myself against. Okay. Just don't leave me alone too long.
Another one's down!
Space combat is extremely dangerous. Be careful.
Take this!
I need some time to recover, but I'll manage. If I can survive that, I can survive anything. Nothing moving around here but us. This is for you. Now would be the time to get out the mining equipment. I can't tell you how grateful I am to be out of there. Thank you.
I'll have that weapon back online in no time.
I spent the majority of my career working for the UC. I was a civil engineer in New Atlantis for over a decade before I made the choice to leave for Nishina. So help me, if you strand me on this planet. Oh, 2 levels are looking good. We're ready to move on. When I was recruited for the post at Nishina, I'd been working on improvements to New Atlantis' hydroelectric system for some time.
Just, please, don't leave me here. Now, let's get off this damn rock.
There's no one else around. I've been locked in here for days. It was all I could do to keep those things out. What? That doesn't... Don't worry. I'll stay close. You saved my life. It's only fair that I return the favor. It was nice to have a friend at Nishina who wasn't a scientist. Do you have something for me?
And you're still here. Why?
It made working with them a real delight. I learned more about theoretical quantum physics by listening to them debate than I did in any of my science courses. That's a project I'd love to return to someday. It would do a lot of good. See you soon.
I routed a single proton beam from the particle accelerator through the generator. Shouldn't have registered at all.
Dr. Barakova was always a little icy, but that's just the kind of woman she was. I'd give just about anything to see them all again. They really just disappeared.
Yeah, 3 months ago. I've been trying to survive until help came.
They all died because of me. I could have stopped it. I just made the wrong choice.
Oh, yes, I think I can do that. Better to talk about them than to forget them, right? And my memory isn't what it was before the accident. I think so. I want to be. I've felt so useless since I left Nishina, and I can't stand the thought of feeling like this forever.
It's been rough. I'm out of food, almost out of water, and those things. Well, you've seen them. They're everywhere.
Ah, there you are. Don't get ahead of yourself.
No!
I'm always happy for your company, Captain. I did. I hope things are running smoothly there without me. They're going to have a hell of a time finding a new chief engineer. Then it's a miracle you're here. But it's the miracle I need. I think it's because of your continued exposure to the artifacts. Personally, I don't believe they're linked exclusively to the universe we're in now.
They're right here!
Not this again. That can't be natural. Are we headed to the lodge? I'd like to see how Constellation operates.
This won't seem serious!
We can get out through the pantry. Here's the key. I'll back you up, I guess.
Ah!
And before she retired, my mom worked as a chemist for a medical research facility. She helped develop some components of the modern medpack. Yes.
Here!
I have something to give you. If the probe is still feeding power to the distortion, then don't do that. This area is dangerous. We can't go further without our suits. I've always felt safe in New Atlantis. It's good to be back.
Their ship's down a weapon. Don't let them win!
Of course. Anything you need. I mean it. It'd be foolish to leave that behind. If you don't mind, I'll tag along until we get back to civilization. Anywhere'll do. I can catch a ride back to New Atlantis on my own. Double check your suit for leaks. It can't hurt. I'll stay close. Look at this. It's going to take hours to clear this out. Assuming the rest of the building doesn't come down on top of us. Fly smart. The whole crew's counting on you. I'll be waiting for you there. Please don't be gone too long. We should plan on collecting some organic resources while we're here.
I just want to get out of here.
No, I don't. The experiment in Nishina ruined my life, and I refuse to call it a success. I'm grateful you see things that way, too. Yes, I'm okay with that.
We can handle this! Grenade!
That night, I was in the lab on the research level. When the explosion happened, I was standing in the doorway of the control room.
We made short work of them. I did. It hurts every day knowing that I'm never going to see them again. I wish I could have had the chance to say goodbye.
The shields need more power!
You're too kind, Captain. It's a pleasure to put my skills to work for the person who saved my life. Another anomaly? Right. I'm sorry. Get to it. I'll let you be the judge of that. Here, I've had more than one, believe me. And a good meal, too. That did wonders. That's impossible! I've been an engineer all my life. Even before I received any formal training, I was an avid tinkerer. My hobby as a kid was taking apart machines. This would be a good place to gather some organic materials.
Good shot! You hit one of their weapons! We can do this!
There are plenty. Most of them are way over my head. But a theoretical physicist like Director Patel would be having a field day.
So either this is an incredibly elaborate hallucination, or you're telling the truth.
I don't like this place. It's too quiet. I don't understand any of this. If I hadn't seen you disappear with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. Don't be gone too long. I don't like being alone. Don't worry. I've had worse.
I ran left into the control room. The door sealed. I was safe from the gas, the fire, everything.
I hope my indefinite service as an engineer on your crew will be enough to show you how grateful I am.
Get him!
I'm not sure any amount of scientific advancement is worth that kind of cost. Is something wrong? You just went quiet. There's something else out here.
Ugh!
I'm glad you made it back here safely. Do you need anything? I worked with Maria Hughes and Director Patel in the lab every day, and shared a drink with Ethan, our head of security, most nights. Be safe out there. How should I know? You're the one who keeps winking in and out of existence. Hughes. Ethan Hughes? But he's dead.
It's got a hermetically sealed control room. I waited out the explosion and the fire, then made a break for it. I was the only survivor.
I know they made it in some universe. But in the one where we met, everyone but me died at Nishina. Maria, Director Patel, everyone. If we aren't careful, this situation could turn violent.
Uh-huh. Wow, that's a lot to take in.
I did. We, had a problem with one of our experiments. The Nishina operation was shuttered. Okay. You're my ticket out of here. We'll do this your way.
We won't survive without our shields. They must have a damn good engineer over there.
And as for me, I owe you. You ever need an engineer, just say the word.
As for me, I've decided to take a leave of absence. After everything that's happened, I need some time to think this over.
What can I help with? I'll get back to work, if I can remember what I was doing.
Understood.
It's been so long. I'm out of food, out of water, but I made it. I'll keep that in mind, Captain. Here, let me help.
I have to say, this isn't quite the rescue I'd expected.
It is. I'm proud to be an Aguerro. I think my family will be remembered in the halls of Mast for decades. We've left our mark all over the United Colonies. There's nothing left here. Come on, let's go. When I started working for the UC, I was assigned to a team that was making improvements to the net. I helped design and construct a number of safety features. We very well may be the only living creatures in this area. We need to stay light on our feet. Let me take a few things. I like it here. It's comforting knowing there are so many other people around. I feel bad just standing here when there's work to be done.
The enemy's weapons back online.
I know I'm not just imagining things. I heard somewhere that part of Aquila City is built from recycled ships.
And then everything went to hell.
This area doesn't seem safe for us.
Weapons back online.
What? No. There's nothing left for me there. This is a miracle. But I can only speculate. I'm an engineer, not a theoretical physicist. I have no interest in conducting any experiments on the artifacts to test my hypothesis. I'm sure we could find a use for that.
Damn! Their weapon's been repaired.
You've already shifted into a sealed room once today, so, just do that again, I guess?
I hope the native creatures aren't predatory.
This is hard, you know? To me, they've all been dead for months.
I just want to get out of here. Good to see you again. You just saved my life. Thank you. I think we're being followed. Growing up, I never pictured Aquila looking like this.
But I was trapped. There was nothing I could do to stop it.
I'd feel better if we turned around here. That's a relief.
Right here.
Whatever you say. I'll see you next time you head home.
Good riddance. Nice shot. They're down a weapon.
The hall outside the elevator lobby collapsed a few weeks ago. But if you can get in there, the elevator itself should still be working. Sorry. What now?
I do. I hope you'll put it to good use.
Damn.
But that pragmatism made her an excellent doctor. She had a good head on her shoulders. And a good sense of humor, too. After a few beers. I'll thank her for you in my next message home.
2 timelines. My life or theirs.
It's quiet out there. Hey, you're back. This seems like a good time to put on our suits.
He's dead. That'll make a dent in their firepower.
We need to be careful around here.
That weapon should be ready to fire.
Not great, to be honest.
Is that for me? I hope nothing sneaks up on me while you're gone. Anything, Captain. I hope whatever's out there will leave us the hell alone. Oh, thank God. Finally, someone came.
That's right. I was the chief engineer here.
Get out of there.
How the hell?
Take care of them while their weapons are down.
If I had to pick one of them to say goodbye to, it would be Ethan. I wish I could have thanked him for all the good times we shared. Is that crazy? It must be difficult work to maintain a city on an inhospitable planet like Aquila. I believe so. Tell me what you think. Something about this place makes me nervous.
Tss, critical damage. Tss, fatalities. Tss, overrun. Tss, emergency evacuation. Please help. Tss.
Any news to share? Next time you're in the city, meet me at the viewport. It'd be great to have someone I can talk to. No one else will ever believe me. I worked with Director Patel and Maria Hughes in the lab every day, and shared a drink with our security director Ethan after work most nights.
We need the shields back up.
Let's hope we aren't outmatched by their crew.
I have to say, this isn't quite the rescue I'd hoped for.
You're the boss. The lab was built around a xenolith, with a dense metallic object. Some things are better left to people like you, who understand what they're dealing with. I suppose lethargy could be a symptom of the universe hopping you did at Nishina. This seems remarkably dangerous. We have no idea what's in there. Is Don's Roost still open? I used to love that place. I don't think they're here for a peaceful trade.
What is it?
My sanity was a little shaky after Nishina, but I can tell this job is helping. The engineering work is familiar, and I'm happy with my post.
I could take you.
We don't have to worry about them anymore. It's not much to look at, but we'll likely find mineral deposits near here. Are you serious? You'll really give me a chance? I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. I don't know what to say. It was awful. I've never felt more helpless in my life. I doubt I'll ever shake the sound of hungry aliens scratching at the station's walls. I'm on standby in case we take any damage in there.
You're finished.
Thank you. I'd be a goner without you. Don't be gone too long, all right? I still can't believe it. To me, you've all been dead for months. No. This doesn't make any sense. Unless I'll manage. Look, can we just go? Yes, Captain. It's right here.
Probably. I mean, if you could get to it.
Hopefully they're gone for good. Captain, I can't keep going.
You're experiencing some alternate reality or timeline or something?
That should stop them firing at us.
You may want to put some things down. It's no wonder that a post in Sidonia isn't near the top of most young Marines' wish lists.
I mean, not that I'm not grateful, but why stay here with me?
If I find anything else like this, I'll pass it along to you. Of course. I sent a message home as soon as I left Nishina. I couldn't bring myself to tell them the truth about what happened there, though. I think that could be useful. Oh, thank God. I was starting to think you'd disappeared on me again. Can't take much more. We might regret leaving that behind.
I remember everything. I stopped the fire, and I didn't. I died, and I've been stranded here for months.
Let's take it slow around here. There might be creatures nearby. A break sounds nice. I'll head straight back to my post. There was never any doubt in my mind about becoming a professional engineer. Once I finished my studies, I followed in my parents' footsteps and took a job for the UC. I figured you might.
At this point, try me.
I'm appalled by the way Benjamin Bayou runs the city. You're welcome to anything else you find lying around, too. No one's going to miss it. The distress signal. You picked up the distress signal, right?
Wait, the doctor? Dr. Barakova? She's been dead for months, and other Nishina.
Whatever you need. I'm happy to do it. Just don't leave me alone anywhere too remote, all right? I don't know if that'd be good for me, but you ever need an engineer, just say the word. I owe you everything. We're not headed anywhere too dangerous, are we? Yes, he was. We grew up in the same part of New Atlantis, and we had a lot in common.
No, after the fire I shut down the system so I could take the elevator back up.
I was just thinking that we needed something like this.
Got me.
Can we turn around? I don't like this place. I know. I wanted to.
I don't even know where to start.
And then, if you ever need an engineer, or just want to talk, look me up at the viewport. I owe you. Obviously, things didn't go according to plan.
Oh, something sure worked.
Surveying this area in our suits will be a slow process. But what's going on here? I'd advise against this, but I trust your judgment.
Careful, their weapon's back online.
I wish we'd discovered a way to travel through time, not just between universes. If I could go back, I'd stop myself from ever performing that calibration test. It's over. It's finally over.
Watch yourself. They're ready to fire at us again.
3 months ago, I was calibrating an experiment in our high-energy research lab. There was an accident. An explosion.
I see.
Hey, Mayday! This is Nishina. Explosion in high-energy research lab.
Honestly, Captain, that's all right with me. I didn't take this job for the title. I'm enjoying my work here. That's what matters to me.
You know how to use this thing?
The viewport's one of the best places in New Atlantis for people watching. Well done.
Oof.
This will make my job on the ship a lot easier. And as for me, I've decided to take a leave of absence. After everything that's happened here, I need some time to think this over. I don't know. You've been gone a long time. Need me to take a look at the ship?
Alright. This is so weird.
I'm not going anywhere.
Something went wrong. There was a huge power surge. It overloaded the failsafes, blew out the lab's control system.
I'm in favor of handling this peacefully if we can. No, I didn't. I gave it some more thought after we spoke about it, and I decided to let sleeping dogs lie. The doctor wants to keep me a little longer, but I'll be on the next supply ship out of here. I found something, Captain. Seems like it could be useful.
It's us or them!
Routed a single proton beam from the particle accelerator through the generator. Shouldn't have registered at all.
I'm not really sure which is worse. I was running an experiment in the high-energy research lab down on the sublevel when the explosion happened.
Yeah, and it's still running.
Wait, how did you get in here? Engineering has been a passion of mine since I was a child. There was never any doubt in my mind that I'd make a career out of it. Are you certain we're prepared for this? We could be walking into anything. I'm grateful to you for getting me out of there. Have you ever visited the well? It might change your perspective on New Atlantis. I am, but not right now. Let me get back to New Atlantis, get some rest. And then, yes, it's the least I can do, after all you've done for me. And then, just see this. It's a lot. It's really a lot. I'll give you whatever answers I can. I'll see you when I see you.
We have a weapon offline!
We'll have a problem if you do that again. Sorry, I'm not much use to anyone right now. You're leaving me alone again? Damn, they got away. You mentioned that before. You said you were shifting to another universe? Hello. Hi. How are you?
I have your back. Look out! Hostile ships ahead!
Huh? Who's there? It caused a gas leak. Sparked a fire. I was trapped in the control room. There was nothing I could do. All essential systems are online and stable.
They're back!
No finer place in the settled systems, if you ask me. I hope to retire there someday. So this is Aquila City. Huh.
Got one!
The ship's combat systems are fully engaged.
That's complicated.
You're trying to get to the elevator, right?
Hopefully in time, things will get easier. I'd rather not spend the rest of my life feeling like this.
Forget something?
Whatever you need. My dad was. He worked in Mast's Defense Research Department designing starships. Most of his work was classified, which means they were probably military. I've heard some strange stories about the deepest parts of Mars's mines. Building this platform must have been a monumental amount of work. Are you okay? Weapons repairs complete. After everything we've been through together, you can ask me whatever you want to. Mast. Why would I go anywhere else? The finest scientists and engineers in the settled systems walk those halls. Yeah, I do. Yes, I've got it right here. I'm certain you'll think so. Here you are. I feel a lot better, too. Steadier. More like myself. I just hope we make it safely back to the ship.
Throwing a grenade!
Harrowing. Exhausting. Mind-numbingly terrifying. Frankly, part of me is jealous of that other me who died in the fire. Thanks for getting us out of there, Captain.
Something Maria was working on, part of the generator. It modulates quantum probability in a local area.
I'm losing it here. In a way, he saved my life as much as you did. I would have died at Nishina without his distress signal. I hope I get the chance to repay him someday.
Massive damage! Overrun! Requesting emergency evac! Please!
We need to get out of here. It's dangerous.
That's really something.
I've been working on this ship as an engineer ever since. This is my captain. Captain, this is Dr. Sola Banglawala, an old colleague of mine. Oh, sure, of course you can. I could never live in Sidonia. The quiet here is just oppressive. Okay, if I have to. Oh, I can do that.
Let's get this over with!
It's good to be around so many people again. Leaving that behind isn't a good idea. I'm a different man than I was the last time I visited Jemison. It's nice to see you. No rest for the wicked, eh? It's always so quiet after a fight. No. I'm grateful to be traveling with you. I needed some time away to clear my head and get back to myself. Readjust to my own mind. No mystery why the city's called Neon, is there? She was a physicist. A damn good one, too. She and Director Patel were the brains behind the experiments at Nishina. I see. Well, look me up next time you're in town, will you? Maybe I'll be steady enough to join you by then. Safe travels. And thank you again for everything. I'm not sure. On one hand, the experiments we performed on the Anama artifact effectively proved the existence of parallel universes.
They destroyed our shields! I'll start repairing that weapon!
You don't know hopelessness until you've been stuck in an empty research lab with no supplies, and only hungry aliens for company.
See? Nothing a little repair work couldn't fix.
I'm grateful for it. I haven't traveled on a ship in a long time. It's helped me begin to put what happened in Nishina behind me.
Over here! Watch out for their weapons!
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, really, I do. Can we look for an inn in town? I haven't been sleeping well on the ship. We need to be careful on these streets. Neon's full of crime. Just my imagination, I suppose.
We can't do much without our shields.
It's hard to pass up a chief engineer job, no matter how remote the post is. I was eager to prove myself, and gravitational research has always interested me. I'm grateful for the company. Right. Sorry. I doubt I'll ever shake the sound of those creatures scratching at the research center's walls at night.
You're welcome to anything else you find lying around, too. No one's going to miss it.
I'll stay put. Harvesting chasm bass in bulk must be quite the engineering effort.
Oh, over here!
Look at this place. No plants in sight. Leave me behind if you're going into the mines, will you? It's too dark down there. On the other hand, it was the most catastrophic engineering failure of my career, and it killed my entire team.
This won't end well for you!
I'm ready to work, Captain. Where do you need me?
I mean, there's only one button, right? Seems worth a try.
Solomon Coe and I clearly have different definitions of the word paradise.
Shields really need a repair job.
I went down to the lab around midnight to make sure the sample was settled into its containment vessel and run a final systems check.
You never know when something like that might be useful. I'm not sure. It might stop whatever's happening to you. It's a reasonable theory, I guess. No. False alarm.
Right.
The staff at Nishina were some of the closest friends I've ever had. There were only a handful of us working there, and we all got to know each other well.
Found him!
I just want to get out of here. Go do whatever you're going to do. I'll see if I can clear a path to the door.
I'm bleeding here! Oh!
Maybe they'll leave us alone now. I'm still a little shaky, but I'm doing much better than the last time we met. Where'd they go? I'll be right behind you, Captain.
I might have been better off dead. Hey, Mayday. This is Nishina. Explosion. High energy research lab.
An artifact?
New Atlantis is almost jarring compared to the rest of the settled systems. We need to find them.
Their weapon's been damaged.
All right, I'm ready to work. I'm so glad that's over. They're a native species. We had an electric pulse field to keep them out. I admit I'm glad to hear it, but thank you for caring enough to say that. It means a lot. Are you feeling all right? You're awfully quiet. That's good. Thank you. I needed that. I do. I hope it comes in handy.
Oh, thank God, finally, someone came.
Is it a choice? You can choose to save me or all of them. What can I possibly say to that? I see Deimos still has Sidonia's economy in a stranglehold. At the time it was built, Sidonia may have been humanity's greatest engineering accomplishment. No,